was able to really block out all the noise and eliminate all the external distractions that were around them and focus on one goal, and that was moving forward. And we challenged them early in the week. A couple of things. Number one, it was to win the day and to play one play at a time within that day, one practice at a time, and come out at the end of the day ahead. If more guys on our team did that and won that day than didn't, we knew we'd have a chance on Saturday, and that's the case throughout the rest of the season. Being able to coach these guys this week was special. It was a good, great, obviously great experience, man, guys. But I'm so happy for these kids, and we believed in them. We knew that they had it in them. By evidence of last week, Nate running that ball down, the effort and the multitude that these guys had, and the desire. So, we got to enjoy this on the way home tonight, but we got a lot of work to do. We got to be able to, finish drives, finish plays. Had a couple penalties out there that are unacceptable on all accounts, and we'll continue to hold strong with how we're handling those within the game and after the game. It was struggled early on offense, and I think those guys, the credit to them for persevering and just hammering, and then at the end those runs started to break and pop, and that's the sign of as an offensive line coach, that's one of the most proud things you can have is when, number one, we had a 3rd and 10 and they pushed the entire pile to get the first down, and then after that we started popping off some runs, and that tells you kind of got the defense where you want them, and you're starting to wear on them. And that's a credit to the preparation these guys have had during the week. Special teams, Gavin Stewart did an unbelievable job hitting his field goals, kicking, putting the ball to the end zone on kickoffs. Rolling out a new punt. Obviously that was a big thing this week. Putting that punt team together. Credit Jason Seymour for the work he did during the week in getting these guys ready to go, and at least having one call on that punt team we could trust and go out there and know that we can get a kick blocked. And so that was a big part of the field position game. We knew it was going to be a field position game. Pitt's a really good football team. Coach Narduzzi's had a lot of success and does a great job of coaching in the game. And we knew what type of game it was going to be. We knew it was going to be a field position game, so we continued to play the field position the entire game. So with that, I'm open up questions.
Questions for Coach Key? Kelly, go ahead.
I saw you come in with the football. Did the team give you a game ball after the win?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, I guess, that they instilled that trust in you already?
That's what means everything to me. The GT.
Ken?
You gave Hassan the start. What prompted that?
We obviously Hassan is an explosive playmaker. He showed that the last couple of weeks. He's shown it in practice. His consistency in practice has continued to improve week by week. His ball security is really really improved. Knowledge of protections, just becoming an overall running back, and we knew that he'd give us our chance to the way they played their front and how they crowded everybody into the box. We knew we had to get a chance to get the ball in the perimeter a little bit with some things and loosen it up with some of the quarterback runs with Jeff, inside and with him on the outside. That would give us a good combination to really kind of be able to get those guys moving. Linebackers play downhill hard, and then he was able to make a couple people miss some things we had as the game went on. We were able to get some do a better job up front with some of the double teams. Then one on the last one happened to catch it on the replay. I mean he flat out just ran right over a guy, and the guy couldn't tackle him, and broke it for a long run. So credit to him for the way he's been working and able to put himself in the situation to go out there and have the success he had. I mean, what was it, almost 160 yards rushing, average 8 yards a carry on a night where you were playing a football team that averaged about 80 yards a game, giving up rushing.
Kelly?
You talked about wanting to instill the confidence in winning and the belief in that you're going to win the game. There were several circumstances, especially after you guys got stuffed on the one and they go 99 yards, and then obviously you talk about the play Hassan made there, but just talk about kind of how you changed that mentality, like how you maybe saw it manifest itself throughout this game, where you guys fell behind at the end of the first half and then kind of came out and regained control of the game and then put it away.
I'd like to tell you that I don't feel like anybody in that room in there they're behind. And that's a credit to those kids. It's a credit to the coaches for continuing to coach them throughout the entire game, coach a 60-minute game. I told our coaching staff we have to be the best coaches we've been all year tonight. And next week's going to be no different. We've got to be the best coaches we can possibly be. We've got to give our kids chances, and when they have mistakes and when they make mistakes in the games or things aren't working out early on, we have to give them the tools to fix it. That's what coaching is. My mom's a third-grade school teacher her whole life, and coaching is nothing more than teaching. What is teaching? It's the ability to inspire learning. And that's whether you're in a classroom or you're on a football field in a game that's 9-7.
Right back here. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. With Pitt being a team that gives a decent amount of handoffs to multiple guys, just how pleased were you overall with your front seven, their ability to go in there and just overall keep the run game in check?
Yeah, we had some of the spit, some of the really on their stretch play, they're able to stretch it and cut it back up and backside B gap a few times. I thought Andrew did a great job of making some adjustments, what he was calling within the game, to kind of take that away from them. The front did an amazing job. Coach Turner did a great job of rolling the inside guys in, knowing it was going to be a big challenge for us going against a really good offensive line in Pitt. Did a good job of rolling those guys, having the right guys in at the right time in order to give us a chance to stop the run. And quality football teams, you should be judged on your ability to stop the run, to run the football, and how you cover kicks. And I thought those things were something we made a lot of improvement on tonight, and hopefully continue next week going into the next game.
Over here.
Congratulations first, but
Thank you.
Dallas came off right off the cuff, big hit on Slovis. It seems like you guys were kind of getting those jabs in early, very high intensity by the defense. Can you just kind of talk about their effort and what you thought about those, I guess, early hits where they really were just, I think, outplaying?
Well, it's a game of body blows, and body blows add up. And when your team starts to believe that that's the case, and it's not one punch here, one punch there, but the accumulated body blows within the game of football, which is it's a collision sport, and those add up and they become demoralizing, on both sides of the football and special teams. And just the belief in that to become a physical defense, be a swarming defense. I told them before the game, I said, you guys are the fastest group on the field. You are. Now go play like it. And I thought they did. They swarmed the football. But again, they did that during the week of practice. They did that on Wednesday. They did that on Tuesday. That's what we emphasized. We made a big emphasis on that. Swarming to the football. Not just one guy taking it out, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys. And that's a load. That tallies up at the end of the game. And then put yourself in a position to, we knew it was a game, we'd have to be in a position to win it in the fourth quarter, keep it close, play the field position game. And that's what ended up happening. Now I think we made it a little too close at the end for us, that we got to get those things corrected and those the mistakes within it fixed, myself included, and be able to take it to the next week.
Okay, we'll go with Ken, and then right back here, and we'll wrap up so we can get players in for you. So.
Frank, could you describe a little bit what the experience was like tonight for you, as far as everything being new and trying to know how to kind of behave like a coach doing a different job?
I've coached for 20 years now, and been blessed to coach under some really, really good head football coaches and coach alongside some really, really good assistant coaches. And again, when I got to the field, it was a little. The thing that was weird was pregame. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. The pregame warm up, I'm not used to it. Like doing 1-on-1s, and then somebody walking around with a whistle hanging around my neck. Going, what the heck am I doing with this thing? I'm like, I didn't know what to do with it. I think it was Wink was like, just roll around and act like the head coach. Like, that's no fun. I mean, so then once the game started, I mean, I was in the zone, and no different than any other football game. It's not like it's the first time you've watched the clock and watched your timeouts, understood the pace of play. And with that being said, it took about all 30 seconds to fall into the role of managing the game. You see your defenses playing like that, you ride your defense now. I mean, that's Danielle could tell you that.
And last one right here.
He sort of stole my question, but I'm curious. I heard the locker room when I was coming up, guys happy. Who actually presented you with the ball?
Interim Athletics Director, Frank Neville. Okay, anything else for Coach Key? Okay,
Man.
one last one.
Sure. Just real quick, kind of who's your first call? What do you do like after this? Who you call? George? Who do you call?
Call my wife and my mom.